Welcome everyone to World Service in County Mayo out at Dún Briste, a beautiful sea stack off the cliff that called us out to sleep here last night.
Yeah, it did. It called us in like a lighthouse calling us in. So hello everyone. Hello everyone that's new that's come and joined us, and everyone from Starseed Ascension School.
Yes, welcome, and thank you for supporting the mission, because we love it when we switch on and you're all there. I tell you, it's very heartening, and we love that you understand the importance of world service, and we'll put a little context around that in a moment. For anyone who's new, welcome, and if you've just joined us for a couple of world services, thank you so much, and we hope you've discovered Starseed Ascension School's online portal with our 21-day free trial. So we'd love you to jump into that. And just to remind everyone that the highest purpose of Starseed Ascension School is to come together on these missions for world service, to elevate the consciousness from 3D to 12D on the entire planet and awaken humanity in the process. And we're doing a stellar job. We certainly are. It's been very powerful.
I can feel that when you say that. Gives me tingles inside.
Yes, and here we are on the 16th of November, and thank you to Starseed Ascension School. They're our stalwarts. They come in and, you know, they're really practicing maintaining their frequency, and that really means they're really able to hold that space. And when we feel energies coming in, they have the skills to help clear things, along with Ra and myself and Louise and others that have those skills. So just know that you're in safe hands. And imagine if we're on a boat together or we're on a starship, we really are doing this together.
Yeah, and then also the higher consciousness enables us to really and very clearly connect with the energies of the land and the ancients that were here, because they've left the markers on the land for us to come back now when we're here to help switch back on and activate our planet from 3rd dimension back up to 12th dimension, which is infinite pure love. And we can see that clearly here too, can't we? And everywhere that we've journeyed through New Zealand and through Australia, Ulumjabi for a year, and through Egypt, and now here into these sacred lands, the markers are there for us in these tabletop mountains, old soul trees, pyramid structures like Skellig, Michael, and there's 3 interesting rock formations just out to sea here too off the coast that look like pyramid structures, and these very interesting looking rocks that are moving energy from the landmass more into the dome around planet and more into the galactic higher dimensions. So the signs are here, and when we hold a high consciousness, it enables us to come into these spaces, to ask, to connect with the energies, and to really feel that and to see that and to be guided in these spaces, and then also to be guided in our own life and our own journeys of evolution.
And Éire, Ireland, Éire, has a plethora of these beautiful markers for us: dolmens, sacred stone circles, menhirs, the tall single standing stones. So we have been busy, because it's like when we went to Egypt, that would be like putting 100 big jigsaw piece together, and Australia. And then when we came to Éire, it was like having the 100,000 jigsaw piece puzzle all thrown in a pile and wondering, oh, where do we start? But what we quickly realized is the power of these lands and beautiful, the sacredness of the Indigenous Irish people, as you're meeting with Trish and Louise and David, many others that are joining us. Thank you so much, because you carry the codes, the mother language. You're more Indigenous than Indigenous, and we don't want to forget that just because of the colour of the skin. And, you know, that connection to the Celtics, the Druids, the Tuatha, and the land. You know, they have such a connection to the land, all of them. And with Helen, you know, she goes into an area and she's so connected and talking and kissing the rocks and trees, and we might think, but honestly, here they love their land, and there really is a lot of learning to be done by us observing that.
Yes, and something I've noticed over here, it's like a playground for the fairies and the elementals. So the structures are quite small in comparison to what we've seen and worked with in Australia and in New Zealand, like the size of the rock formations there, and in Egypt with the pyramids and the temples and structures are gigantic, aren't they, in nature? Whereas here, it's like we have to be so careful and so considerate coming into these sacred lands because it is really the home of the elementals. This is the elemental kingdom when I looked at it at the creation timeline points, which is why everything's so intricately linked and connected in, and there's such a reverence and connection for the energies here. So on your journeys, wherever you are, tuning in with us around the world, really be very conscientious and conscious of coming into any site, or our footprint actually on the land. Because sometimes it's the most obscure areas, isn't it, that can hold some of the highest reverence and the highest energies, little parks, areas with trees, old trees, a little rock here or there, or even connecting with the stream and the energies of the stream with the ancestors there. So really in any place, if I can offer any advice, really be heart-centered and clear your energy coming into these spaces. That, is our number one thing on Starseed Ascension School. It's my absolute that I will not allow myself to be affected by energies outside of myself. It's my non-negotiable is holding a high consciousness, so my body is able to be 100% pure energetic health, and I'm not affected by energies of somebody else with any energy cords or any spiritual energies or anything like that in my reality, to enable me to be a clear vessel to receive all of my synchronicities and all of my guidance for my own spiritual journey in evolution, and then being here to be able to support everybody else on the planet in the activation of our planet. And Sarah and I heard the message, well, nearly 2 years ago, to sell all of our worldly possessions and to travel the world to help support and work with the indigenous all around the world to switch on our sacred lands again from the third dimension to 12th dimension. And it takes all of us coming together as a force of one to do that. It's not just a two-person role. We're building on all of the work by the rainbow beings and all of our ancestors and everyone that's been here before in harmonizing, bringing, clearing the alignments that have happened. And now we're really bringing more of the galactic alignments, working in higher dimensions and higher consciousness now, being star seeds and star beings on Starseed Ascension School to help harmonize and co-create in that space of that oneness, in that unity.
It feels good. It feels good to know the mission because it's deep within all of us. When you talk to most spiritual people, they want to live with the deeper meaning. They want to understand and fulfill their soul purpose. So just know that you're doing that. It's very, very powerful. And just to introduce the day's energies with the Mayan calendar, and for anyone who's new to the Mayan calendar, you can get the app to follow it like we do. And it's 13:20:sync, SYNC. And so today is I'll just make sure I get the day right. The red electric earths are all feeling very electrified, and we can certainly all attest to that with solar flares and so forth coming into the planet. Although, we could talk to those and the auroras and geoengineering, and really, like Ra said, don't bring the energies in from outside of you, clearing the fake light, clearing fake color codes, and tune into how much of it's organic and non-organic. But nonetheless, there are these things coming in from the solar sun. And with the red electric earth, it's guided by the dragon. So today it could be sea dragons or the dragon's fire breath as we tune into that. And we activate to evolve. And that's so true, because once you learn to get your frequency to a certain point, you've got to clear your light bodies. You've got to learn more. You've got to be more precise, like we're in an ancient Atlantean mystery school going through alchemy. We need to understand how to activate to evolve, because we're like a building that we're needing to renovate and upgrade all the time, which is why we come on these events. It's all about synchronicity and navigation today. And with the electric tone of service, here we all are, to the earth, to the planet heart. And guided by the power of birth, which is very much the dragon energy, and we're under the wave spell of the blue eagle, so taking that very high view, that galactic view, as Ra was saying. And we often affectionately call any Earth Day, Red Earth Day, Turtle Day. So you'll notice on a Red Earth Day, it's a rest cycle day. So after this event, you might give yourself a very lazy Sunday, or you might feel you're pushing against the tide in regard to the energy. Like we've learned. We've learned not to overdo it on Earth days. It's just warrior days, go for it all night, all day.
Oh yeah, you've got energy, a bound of energy, but yeah, on turtle days, it's really to just be very methodical, to go within, to be out, like we would see a turtle with its head out, but for having most of its being within. So be really within yourself today, and you'll notice that on the days of the energies through the Mayan calendar, it enables us to just be in full alignment with the energies on the planet and work in alignment with them and harness those energies.
So I want to bring the theme of Lugh in today, and I can see Lugh's ready and poised at the waiting.
Yeah, let's just hit a pause here on the introduction, and then make it easier to navigate through Starseed Ascension School with picking up just the meditations or the introductions, and then hearing about Lugh too.
So we're talking about the god of sun and light, and there's so much to Lugh, and we're going to bring Lugh on to talk about Lugh in a moment, because Louise is Irish, and there's so much folklore and mystery around their ancient gods. But I just want to touch on the fact that we were going to be activating the fairy portals, because only 30% are activated if we look at that giant puzzle of Éire that we were talking about. But the fairies said to Ra that they weren't happy to have more activation until Lugh's awake. So obviously they need that masculine warrior energy. And we've been doing a lot of work with the goddesses up to this point in time. So let's bring on Louise and let her talk about Lugh.
Steve Galère. Thank you, AnSaRA and Ra. I didn't know I was doing this, so this is off the cuff again. Thank you, guys.
AnSaRA's great at that. Nothing like in the present moment.
It's all good. It's all good. So Lugh, hey Lugh, who is he? As you said, Lugh is our sun god. Lugh is of the light. Lugh is one of the Tuatha De Danann, these godlike beings that came to Ireland many, many thousands of years ago. And Lugh, I just love Lugh. He just brings so much. So Lugh's father was Cian, and he was one of the Tuatha De Danann. But Lugh's mother was Ethna, and she was one of the Fomorians. And her father was given a prophecy that Lugh would be the end of Balor, that Lugh, the grandson, would kill the grandfather. So Balor locked Ethna up in a tower to make sure it didn't happen, like the Rapunzel story. But Cian found his way to Ethna, and they conceived Lugh, who had to be then spirited away and hidden from his grandfather. And so he was trained with the top poets, top warriors, top strategists, top smithies, everyone. So he was known as Lugh Samaldánach, multi-talented Lugh. To me, he's one of his biggest roles, and I spoke to this before, is he's a peacemaker between two races, the Fomorians and the Tuatha De Danann, who battled at Moytura. And he put an end to the battle by killing his grandfather as prophesied. But then he brought peace between two warring nations. So this is who I will call in. Will I call him in, AnSaRA, now? So Lugh Samaldánach, Ardrina Tuatha De Danann, Tarnsha, agus tuairding the light, tuairding the solace, tuairding the neart, tuairding the fearne, tuairding na dánach ille atágad, agus caroling in you, san spás seo. Déimi déir an green, the sun, gléimi déir an solace fear. Déimi déir Lugh féin, dí in na gréine, Dún Briste Éire. And Éire is also calling. Is it okay to call Éire in with as well? Gweimidir Éire. Bandia and Talamh Seo, Bandia and Briste. Sovereignty goddess of this land, Éire, which gave it, this land, its name from her, Éire. Gweimid earth Éire agus bamba agus fóla freisin. And trio gwyd. Ban og an wahir agus an shanvan. Le chéile taran seo agus carling aniu, tuairling den yard, tuairling the fasa. Tuairling the grad an tír seo. Sha, sinuil. Cashigenta.
So powerful, as always, Louise. As soon as you started talking to it, I had a massive, I don't know if other people felt the energy come in and rippled in behind me.
That was beautiful.
That was wonderful, as always. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Kate Miller-Fudge.
I'd like to give a little clarity to, if I may, to everybody about the essence of these creator gods and beings on the planet. If anyone can anyone imagine where they've not quite felt 100%, where they might have only been running on like 3 cylinders out of 10, if they felt a little bit sluggish during the days, that they may not be able to then go and run a marathon or run 100 meters in 10 seconds. And the same principle applies to the land. When we have these creator gods and these beings that created life forms and structures of reality for us, if the planet's at 3rd dimension, then it's like they're only running on 3 cylinders. It's like, yes, their essence is here, we can connect with their essence, but is it available in all life forms here? You know, and in my reality, no, it's not. And we found that when we journeyed to Egypt and when we went out to Amarna, which was the home of Akhenaten, and I know it's one of my embodiments. I'm the embodiment of Akhenaten, the pharaoh on planet. And when I completed the work there in those very amazing temples, and the permission that was required of me even stepping into the consciousness of those places, and the synchronicities of the guide there handing me the key and saying, Akhenaten, here's the key to open up the temple, the keeper of the space. That when we come, and the essence of the energy there, yes, but was the essence of Akhenaten's energy through the whole landscape of Egypt? No, it wasn't, not to 100%. And it was the same when we journeyed to the Great Pyramid, and I put my third eye as I was guided by Saeed, the 7th generational wisdom keeper, born on the Gizo plateau. After I'd completed the work at Amarna, the pyramid recognized my DNA and said to me, Ra's back. And my jaw hit the ground, and I was like, wow. So that the rocks can feel our DNA and our energy of who we are. And in the Egyptian side, Ra was the sun, the creator god. And so the essence of Ra was in Egypt, but was it fully out in all of the structures in Egypt before we then went on a beautiful spiritual journey through the temples and the rock formations to really start to open up the essence of the land through the rocks, through the temples. Then the full essence of Ra was available for all to be utilized in the space. And it feels much the same here with the beautiful sun god, deity, creator Lu in these sacred lands too. I can feel the essence here. But when I've seen the essence of Lu begin to wake up in the last week by the activations and the culminations of us working with the guardians of the land and the wisdom keepers, and the step-by-step process building on top of all of the work that's happened here over eons of time, we have an opportunity in the next few days to fully release the essence of Lu 100% into all life forms, all structures. I'll be interested to see what happens to the weather over here in Éire Island too, when we have the essence of Lu in the land mass radiating out from outside in the higher dimensions and through the land mass being a 12th dimensional infinite pure love, that we will really feel the essence of Lu here. We will really feel the essence of Lu. And when you really have that essence of the Sun, S-O-N and S-U-N, Son of Creator in this space, boy, there's going to be an acceleration of just people just going about their normal day and business. And here in Éire, in Ireland, it's, and we've said it many, many times, haven't we? You are the most heart-centered beings that we've ever so far of anywhere that I've traveled in the last 52 years of being in a physical form on planet, anywhere in the world. The heart-centeredness of the being here is incredible.
And intuitive abilities.
So I'm really excited in the next few days, because I've seen Lu come from a stasis point of consciousness, yes, there, that can be awakened, but then comes back into its really coming back into its dormant stasis, like it's gone back into hibernation. And yes, we can call the essence up again, but it's like it wants to come back down. And both Shaliana and I witnessed that with the emergence of the dragons of the land here in Éire and in Britain and in the United Kingdom too. When they first came up, I said to Shaliana, wow, you've woken them as the mother of dragons. We worked with them, but then they went back into stasis into the land. And then we'd work with them and they would come up again, and then they would come back down again. And it took some activations in the landmass then for the dragons to be fully awakened and fully up and fully available to us all the time in that space. And I'm really excited over the beautiful guided meditation and activation that both AnSaRA and I are going to co-create in this space today. And with a couple more activations that we have to fully awaken Lu, with the support of the guardians and the wisdom keepers and the consciousness of the beings here, to have that fully expressed. Because when I'm learning now who I am as Ra, as my soul name, Son of Creator, someone has to hold that architecture. And I'm no different than anyone else, but my whole life is dedicated to switching on the planet back to 12th dimension, infinite pure love, and to teach everyone in Starseed Ascension School how to find that within your heart center. So everybody breathe into your heart center and find that beautiful angelic flame. That's it. With a breath, breathe into your heart. That's it. And find that beautiful orange part of the flame in your heart center. Breathe yourself into that space. That's it. That orange part of the flame. And then expand it out with each breath through your whole being. That's 12th dimensional infinite pure love. And you can express that through from your non-physical aspect, from your soul spirit and our angelic flame. And as we breathe within an intention, we can fill our whole physical being with 12th dimensional infinite pure love. You can beam 12th dimensional infinite pure love, and you might see an orange hue like you're wearing orange sunglasses out of your eyes, out of your ears, out of your... I haven't got any hair on the top of my head, so I have to say to AnSaRA, you could beam it out of your hair. I could beam it out of my beard so it turns from grey into orange. That's 12th dimensional infinite pure love. And the teachings on Starseed Ascension School is for each and every one of you, and for us to deepen our practices to be our soul essence of who we are. And for each and every one of us on the school and on this whole journey of Starseed Ascension School is helping to teach everybody that, and then work with the wisdom keepers, the guardians, the indigenous in all of these countries, in these control panels like here, and these very significant countries around the world that hold the key and these big grid points to switch it all back on again. We're illuminating the whole planet back into 12th dimensional infinite pure love. It's our angelic planet. It's always been our angelic planet. And through the fall of consciousness, our planet changed from planet heart of the universe. And when you rearrange the letters, you get planet Earth, which is its third dimensional form. So in your daily practices, you may want to relate to planet as planet heart. You might feel a warmth when I just said that I could feel an expansiveness through my whole being. If I refer to planet as planet Earth, I can feel like there's a fall in consciousness. It's planet heart. It's the heart of the universe. It's our angelic planet. And systematically, step by step, country by country, continent by continent, we're switching it all back on and fully reclaiming it, fully electrifying and energizing all aspects of our planet back into 12th dimension infinite pure love. That orange aspect that each and every one of us felt in our heart centers. And imagine our beautiful angelic planet when all countries are at 12th dimensional infinite pure love. The things we're seeing going on in the sky and purported to happen on news, whether it happens or doesn't happen, and all of these conflicts and everything like that will be gone. We have stopped wars by the work that we have co-created in this space. We have stopped many oopsie moments of the planet and the poles shifting like this on the planet by our consciousness. You know, when you have that spark of Source Creator, the spark of Lu, the spark of all creator beings within our I am space in our heart, we are the most powerful of all starseeds in all existence, in all that is, us angelic beings. We just have to remember to come out of the third dimensional head and the mind and come back home into the heart. And on Starseed Ascension School, it's my honor, and with AnSaRA and everyone else that's been joining us for many years now in this school, to hold this space and help teach this. It's a co-creative space and we need your help. You know, we need your help. So thank you, each and every one of you, for being here, for staying up late, for bringing in the consciousness and the DNA that you hold within your being for us to help facilitate this. And if you feel there's anyone in your circles that would resonate with this work or want to be more heart-centered, then Starseed Ascension School may be an opportunity for them too. Yeah, so thank you for being here, and thank you for being here. And I'm excited about the guided meditation and activation today and how that will build on all of the work that we've been here for, coming up for 3 months. Yeah. And that may continue for as long as it needs to continue, for us to delicately work with the elements and the elementals and the wisdom keepers and guardians to switch on here and then begin to switch on the next territory and country. Yeah, so thank you, each and every one of you, for being here, for feeling the calling to be here. Yeah, keep it up. Keep it up.
So we're going to take you for a visual just over the rail here to have a look into the sea blowhole. And this actual blowhole goes directly out to the sea and the big cliffs at the front and a massive sea stack as tall as the cliffs. So we'll just bring it over and show you the blowhole just so that you can really visualize where we're going on this journey. So just begin with a breath in and just raise up your shoulders, scrunch them up. And just let them go as you breathe out. Really relax and just give your shoulders a couple of rolls. And we're just going to begin getting into the space. And we're going to use that beautiful energy of the elements coming through that massive sea blowhole to really blow out our energy and clear it. So let's all begin to drop into the space. So take another breath into your core and hold and relax. As I say these words, make them your own. I am in the organic divine blueprint of my pink diamond in my sacred heart space, in its infinite, eternal, living, plasmatic light, love, sound frequencies, and life force aspects of Source Creator and Cosmic Mother. And take a breath in. I am in the 24th dimension, divine unity. Just tune in to your beautiful sacred flame that holds those dimensions within your beating heart, and just see that orange flame beginning to spin, becoming golden, and that's taking you into the 24th dimension. You can move that into the center of your being and express it out 360 degrees. And for those that hold a higher frequency, you know where you sit. You might be saying, I am 4 million dimensions, or I am 50 million dimensions, or I am a quintillion density. So just tune into what feels right for you. If you're new, I am 24th dimension, divine unity is a very powerful space. And let us call in all those star beings and star seeds and those in humanity who work in and from their pink diamond, their sacred heart space. And let's invite them to join us in the 24th dimension, divine unity, for this journey that we're going on together in County Mayo, Éire, Ireland, at the Dún Briste sea stack and galactic nodal point. A very powerful point to help us raise the consciousness up between our dear planet heart and our galactic connections, the starseeds and the beautiful beings and the land. They are all at one with all that is. So they need this connection both horizontally and vertically. And take a breath in. And as you breathe in, just feel the element of air within you. We're really connecting to the elements today. And just notice as you breathe, there's that beautiful pause as you receive the air into your body. Just sit in the pause and really meet your soul spirit in that space, that I am space. And as you breathe out, drop into that second pause. And just continue to notice as you breathe, to take your time and deepen your presence in the pause. We'll just do a wee clearing together. We're going to just tune in to coming into the space here. So I want you to visualize in the 24th dimension, it's like a busy hallway today. We've all entered this space together. We might be seeing those people familiar and feeling familiar to us, and others that have come into the 24th dimension. And that we're calling in the collective, so it's going to get busier. Let's call in the beautiful collectives that Louise has called in from the lands of Éire, Mother Eriu, Mother Danu, Father Lu, and all the beautiful beings, and I know Louise is calling them in as I'm saying it. Feel their presence filling the space, and you may see them coming in their beautiful Celtic green robes, their flaming red hair big, bright blue eyes, their Celtic symbols, their beautiful staffs and spears and shields. And just feel that strength and presence, the enduringness of their soul spirit as they come through. And I can see Louise calling them in, but feel it, feel that rush up the back of your spine as their presence comes in and envelops us. And take a breath. And let us call upon the beautiful cetaceans, the sea beings, the merfolk, because here we are. We're on the land, right where it joins the sea. And I want you to imagine we've just made our way to a very rocky outcrop, and it has these big platforms of flat rock. And each of us is in our Merkaba. And just imagine yourself in your 3D star, your light vehicle around you. And we're just all hovering over to where the sea meets the land. And you'll notice just out there, you might see whales, dolphins coming up and showing you their fin. And I can see down there some cheeky merfolk just sitting on the rocks, flapping their tail, getting your attention with that beautiful colour that exudes from their fin. And there's all sorts of beautiful sea beings out there. The giant seahorses have come back in from the cliffs of Moher. And you might see a mighty being with hair flying like seaweed in Poseidon, and beside him, Poseidonia, and their tridents glistening in the sea spray. And those beautiful white heads of the white horses joining us through the sea, the legends of the cliffs of Moher and of childhood, where if the white horses were in the sea, you didn't go out that day. And take a breath in. And you may feel yourself drawn to a particular being. It could be your sea dragon has arrived, or perhaps you've already slipped into the sea and you're communing with a dolphin or a whale, or perhaps you're catching a lift on one of those giant seahorses. That's it, like a sea dragon, you're holding onto its mane like pieces of seaweed. And we're gradually all beginning to move into that sea platform that these beautiful sea beings are making for us. And I hear, don't forget me. Sacred Kingdom of the Originals are standing there and wish to come along. They ride the whales all the time. Sacred kingdoms of those that are indigenous to these lands and elements and sea beings, and always of the infinite, eternal, living light, love and life force aspects of Source Creator and Cosmic Mother. I can hear the tree beings, the elementals. Everybody's here. They might be holding space for you on the cliffs, flying around you, the angels, the royal star lions, the unicorns. They're like, I'm not getting wet. I'm waiting for you at the cliff. So we had a beautiful collective all joining us, all together. That's it. And as we begin to move like a giant flotilla, you feel that pull as if you were being pulled by a motorboat skiing as you begin to move out into the sea spray. And just feel that beautiful rise and fall of the water as you're being taken out around the cliffs on your right. And as you ride along, begin to admire how the cliffs are rearing up out of the waters. And you notice the layers and layers of stone, like flat slabs stacked upon each other. And as you begin to come further out to the point, the water is getting deeper, the waves higher. You see this magnificent sea stack just standing on its own, only 50 meters from the cliff face. And you feel that being that you're riding take you past and around that sea stack. You get a good look at it. And as you go around further out into the ocean, you begin to see where you're being taken into a sea cave. And you can see light flooding down from the end of it. And as we all begin to enter the sea cave, there's a silence. There's a crashing of the waves. You enjoy the sound frequency of the water on the rocks, like a symphony orchestra. That rushing and ebbing of the power of the sea pushing you through now. You can feel the power of the Atlantic Ocean behind your back, pushing you forward into this open, cavernous, big, beautiful hole. It's neither a cave nor a blowhole. It is a big opening within the cliff. It's been created to bring that sea energy in like a portal. And as you come in to where it opens up like a cathedral, you feel the energy beginning to spiral in an anti-clockwise direction. And you feel yourself being lifted up off that beautiful sea being. You're being lifted up by the ether element, the plasmatic water, ether, air, seawater. You feel it lifting you up, elevating you, spinning you. And as you're being lifted, elevated, you feel the energy spinning up through you, clearing anything and everything from anywhere and everywhere that is not aligned with your I am consciousness. And Master Ra is in the background, clearing your energy, releasing and letting go of anything that needs to be cleared wherever it needs to go, never to return. That's it, and take a breath in. And you may feel as you're standing in this floating and levitating in this beautiful energy, just take a breath and really feel it pulsing up through you. You may feel that you need to cut some energy cords, perhaps release some old patterns. But now that we've come into this powerful new energy, it is really a rebirth moment that you can rebirth anytime you like. So just take a breath in and say the 3 most powerful words to yourself. Yes, I am letting go of. And just feel it whisked away, cleansed and cleared through your physical and non-physical bodies, through all space, time, dimensions, past, present, future, timelines, lifetimes, life between lives, simultaneous, circular and parallel and relative timelines, wherever it needs to go, never to return. And take a breath in. That's it. And you'll feel yourself just beginning to feel very wafty and peaceful now. The intensity of that plasmatic clearing is bringing you back down to your beautiful sea creature. And just feel yourself landing like you're saddling back up on a horse, on your dolphin, your whale, your sea dragon. And just feel yourself beginning to be whisked back out through that entry, like a beautiful arched sea hallway as you are drawn out into the sea. And a formation is beginning to occur around the sea stack. All those beautiful sea creatures are facing the front. They're looking at the stack, and you are on their back. And they're encouraging you to use your Merkaba, to spin your Merkaba, to levitate, to rise up. And you feel like magic as you begin to levitate. And it's like your face is right at the cliff, that as you're levitating up, you can see the rock in front of you, the different layers and colors of the rock. You can reach out and almost touch it in its plasmatic nature. And as you're rising up, you can see the greenness on top of the sea stack. And you can see light emanating from the top of the stack. And as we begin to come up, we're not on the stack, but we're around the stack. We're holding this golden 24th dimension, divine unity energy for everyone that's joined us. And feel the beautiful platform as if it's joining the sea stack out wide for everybody that's here. And there in the center of the stack is a very proud being, Lugh. His red hair flailing back behind him. He's staring out to the ocean as if he doesn't see us. He's holding his giant spear. And the size and his muscles, everything about him says to you, Lugh, the god of sun and light. And we all get a sense that we need to help Lugh. We need to bring more of that masculine energy in. And we're going to bring it in with a warrior breath. And I'm just going to give you an example of what that is. So we're going to do this breath 4 times, and then we're going to take a breath and repeat it 3 times. I will guide you. And when we breathe in, let's just have a practice. We're going to breathe in, and you might be holding your staff or your spear, or you might feel that you put it down every time you use this breath. Breathe in. Ha! Is the breath we're going to use. So when everybody's ready, breathe in. And on the out breath, ha! Breathe in. Ha! Breathe in. Ha! Breathe in. Ha! And pause. And let's do it again. Breathe in. Ha! 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 And breathe in. Ha! 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 And breathe in. Let's do it again. Ha! 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 And pause. And just take a breath in and express that energy out through your spine as if you're turning on the fire gates behind you. Take a breath and express that energy down through your spine, opening up your spinal column, opening up your tailbone, and feel the fire running down the inside of your legs. And you've got fire lighting up under the soles of your feet. That's it. You feel the fire coming out of your hands, and we're going to do it again. Breathe in. Feel the fire this time. Open your fire gates. Really express the warrior within you. Breathe in and let's go. Keep going. Feel the fire coming out of your eyes as you look at Lugh. He's looking at you. He's awake now. He feels the fire. His spear's on fire. Ooh, feel that beautiful sea stack. It's on fire. It's bringing fire into the water. And feel the fire you've brought into your water. And now just take a breath in. And pull that power within, pull it into your pink diamond. See it sparkling like little flames and sparks in a fire. And cleanse, clear, and activate the organic divine blueprint of your ATP. That fire element and light within every cell of your being, in your mitochondria, the motor within your cells. I am cleanse, clearing, and activating the organic divine blueprint of my mitochondria, my ATP, to 100% of its full potential at a microcellular level, expressing it from within my particle level, through my stem cells, chromosomes. Feel the color of fire racing through your chromosomes, bringing in more orange, more gold, more platinum, more violet and indigo and yellow colors. Just feel that expression of all that red and that fire right through you. as you express it from your chromosomes to your genomes, genes, DNA, RNA. Breathe into your core and one big as you express it out through your beautiful hara centers, meridians, nadis, axiotonal spin point, axiotonal lines right out to your fingers and toes, your hairs on your head standing up in flames. Feel it going through to your central nervous system, your spine, your nadial system centers complex. And take a breath in and express it out through your spinning Merkaba. Really see the flames and feel the Merkaba. You have 3 of them, a beautiful blueprint. And you have one that spins left with your feminine body, the plasmatic water element. Feel the element of the sea as you spin your Merkaba to the left, your RNA body. Take a breath in. And now roar that fire element in from the center of your being into your Merkaba that spins to the right on the masculine side of your body. That's it, the fire element. And as you spin the 2 Merkabas together, you are creating plasmatic water, fire, fire, water. Breathe in. Really express it out through your back. Woo! Express it out. Bend your back over. Tuck your chin in. Breathe in. Do it again. Woo! Push the fire out through your spine, through your tailbone. Feel it in your body. Breathe and relax. That's it. Talk to her. And take a breath in. Feel the energy you've created in your spine, your fire gates. The air that you breathe in stokes the fire. The fire must roar to be within the water. And when we can hold the water in the fire, we are alchemists. We are ether. We are everything. We are planet heart. We are water. We are fire, air, ether. And cleanse and clear the organic divine blueprint of all the elements in your body, clearing anything and everything from anywhere and everywhere, wherever it needs to go, never to return. Take a breath.
Feel that divine aspect, the element fire within you. Listen to the whispers, that consciousness, that connection with Source Creator consciousness and the Cosmic Mother, unified as one with the fire element. Feel that certainty and that capability, the seniority within you, the power to create, the power to transform, the power to alchemize, the power to stand in your sovereignty. I am standing in my sovereignty. I am. Feel the power of these sacred lands, harnessing and being in full alignment with your I am space. Feel the natural elements, the elementals, the ancestors, those that have been here and joined us in this present space-time moment in unity consciousness. Our soul family. See that fire emanating from within their core, from within every cell of their being. Feel that fire and be that fire. Know that each and every one of us can harness that divine fire with a breath. The alchemical processes of uniting elements happens within our I am space, with the tone of our voice, with an intention, radiate out that fire within your skeletal system. Feel your bone structures moving like a delicate flame of consciousness, removing any of the third dimension, the physical forms from the skeletal system, utilizing that fire element to make them more ether orientated. The ether within the skeletal systems, harnessed from the element of fire, will enable each and every one of us to hold higher aspects of consciousness in a physical form, because the most physical aspects of us, our bones and skeletal system, are able to hold higher consciousness, to hold us, to support us, to give us our power and our strength. Feel that aspect of Lu emanating from within your I am spaces. Feel that aspect of creation that you have within you. I am here. I am you. I am Lu. See as that emanation of fire ripples out from our I am spaces, through all of those that have joined us too in unity consciousness, the 24th dimension of reality, through all of the land masses that hold and support and sustain us. You may see as it trickles down from 12th dimensional heart, through 7th dimensional Gaia, through 5th dimensional Tiamat, way down to 3rd dimensional aspect of planet Earth. See that beautiful trident and that staff, that's it. And that connection piece, like a horror line, a vertical column of light. Expanding out 360 degrees. Illuminating all that we have permission in this present space-time moment to illuminate with that combination of source creator consciousness and the cosmic mother harnessed in the fire element. Cleanse, clearing and reactivating all that we have permission in this present space-time moment, in all of reality. See as that ripples out. Sparks like a volcano going off. A fire element alchemizing, transmuting, expanding turning more of the water element into ether. In beautiful harmony and balance with the natural elements. For fire can be very destructive, but it can be very warming and nurturing, reseeding, replenishing, rejuvenating, illuminating. Ayar assure Ayar, it is as it is.
And just taking a breath in. And just notice now, we're all out on that sea stack, and we've been invited in to stand really close around Lugh. And he's turning and acknowledging each and every one of us. And we see that beautiful fire element emanating out of his eyes, a spark that's been reignited. His hair and his spear, his staff that is lit with flames. And he reminds each and every one of us when we need to clear things to use your own staff, and when you throw it, it can have fire to clear. And there's a beautiful golden light. The sea stack is
Sea stack is illuminated with a beautiful burning fire of creation. In this galactic nodal point that has been activated, sending out these beautiful cosmic rays from the landmass, flickering with the flames.
well done. And he's thanking you for helping wake him up. And he reminds you, you must keep that fire within. That's what keeps you awake. Keep stoking that fire. Stay in the alchemy of fire in the water to balance you and balance the land. For when you hold the balance, the land can be balanced. And the wet sogginess that you may see around you will balance out too. And take a breath in as you call yourself back. And you just feel that you're being elevated up, looking down on Lugh as he stands there proudly, green cloak flying, red hair, and the flame of his spear. And as you elevate up, you look down, down, as the sea stack gets smaller, but you can see the work of the golden coast of Éire. You can see the rainbow colours coming up out of the sea stack. You can see the white pillar of light coming from the sea blowhole. And just call yourself back as you feel that lightweight feeling just from within your pink diamond. I'm collecting up all aspects of my soul spirit, from any wormholes, portals, stargates, teleportation devices, from all space, time, dimensions, past, present, future, timelines, lifetimes, life between lives, simultaneous, circular, and parallel lifetimes, and any relative timelines, wherever I need to call myself back from. I'm back now. I'm 100% embodied in my being. That's it. And just take your time now as you wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes, and just gently bring yourself back into the room. Oh, that was powerful.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot being activated.
Sorry about the coughing, everyone. My throat got dry and then
It's too much fire in your throat.
yeah. Thank you, Val. Does anyone want to come in and share? I hope you enjoyed that warrior haka, the AnSaRA version of a haka.
Saw a lot of all of the ancestors there.
I would have
really
enjoyed that.
finding their fire.
Oh wow.
Well, because we in these sacred lands and with a lot of the indigenous, there's been a lot that they've had to endure over eons of time. So it was beautiful seeing the ancestors there really restoking their fire, bringing that fire element to them.
I really love that breath. And I don't know about everyone else, but did you feel the tingles in your actual spinal bones? Especially when we leant over and we did it towards the end and we really like blasted the fire out behind us. I found that, yeah, because, I mean, I do obviously look after my energy and so forth, but I need to use that breath a bit more, I feel. It's very powerful. And a beautiful Indian friend in New Zealand, Faria, she gave me that breath. It's a breath from India that she learnt. And the first time I ever did it was amazing. Anyone want to come in and share what they experienced? We love shares. Don't be shy. Anybody else want to come in before we go? How was that for you, Bianca? You're a good sharer.
I was saying sometimes I share too much, but I was on mute, so maybe I don't. Yeah, that was really lovely. Can you hear me? Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, before you even mentioned the plasma fire, because I was like, what is this? You mentioned the fire, but I was like, this is like lava that is tumbling in on itself, but it's sort of translucent, but it's still got the sort of lighter fire colors. And then I was like, oh, it's plasma fire.
Yeah.
I could actually visualize that. It was like this
Wow.
rolling sort of, yeah. And I was like, oh, it's plasma fire, a plasma fire water. Of course, that's what it was. I couldn't quite work that out, but it came. Thank you. And yeah, I just saw the beautiful fire, this line of fire traveling the land, but where the sinkholes are, because it is so like fire can be quite destructive, depends, like anything. It was where the sinkhole things were that it started to vaporize, but in like as a way of sort of calming it down, or whatever needed to be cleansed from the fire was placed in the water to help it alchemize and release out of those sinkholes.
Makes sense.
And then I was having lots of feelings as well, so there was a lot in between that. But then just at the end, I just saw these two beautiful lions walking, just like as if the fire element of Lugh, and he has a partner. Yeah, he's got a counterpart. I can't.
Wow.
Anyway,
he had a dog though. He had a beloved dog.
well, okay. Well, it was weird because I was like, I can see this lion, this fiery lion, and then next to him was this other counterpart. But I was like, is that a lion? But it felt like a counterpart anyway, of some kind. So, yeah, it was beautiful just watching this steadfast king sort of walking the land very potently, so to speak. Anyway, that was what I got. So thank you.
Yeah, I love what you said in regard to like imagining the lava in the water. Then you can really get that visual of actual fire in the water, having more of a substance to it.
Yeah, it was sort of rolling within itself. It was beautiful. It was like, as it was going, it was clearing and cleansing. It was beautiful, like tubes of beautiful fire water. So thank you for that. Thank you for that, because I was like, what is that?
Yeah. No, it
What
was.
is
It's
that?
really powerful. I was like really feeling it, like really feeling it. It's all doing it together and everyone coming in. And
Yeah.
yeah, so thank you, everyone. And how's
Yeah,
Dorothy now?
Yeah, great. Up,
Yeah. Yeah.
up and awake. Yeah, there was a lot of collectives. There was a lot of clearing on the planet. There was a lot with that fire element
Yeah.
moving through all layers of consciousness and dimensions. Yeah. Yeah, I was really quite busy off
Yeah, I saw you were
side
busy the whole time.
when you were directing everyone through the meditation. Yeah, so a lot clearing in those pathways, and for everybody that joined us in Unity Consciousness, that's the power of when we come together. Yes, that we consciously get it into our reality, but those that joined us in Unity Consciousness too will feel a shift within them on the planet. Those that want it will have that activation. Those that decided not to receive it in Unity Consciousness won't. And 99% wanted it, so that was it was a good plus. So we'll see that shift within people too, finding more of their fire element. Because over the years we've just seen, haven't we? There's been a lot of the forerunners of those coming to planet were very yin in their nature and bringing in a lot of the love and the light. And it's now really with us standing in our power with the love, but the love in the transmutation side, like bringing the fire of love forwards.
Yes, otherwise
Just the watery love.
I've seen too many very loving spiritual people who are too watery, and then it reflects in other ways in their life where they tend to get walked on and so forth. But what can happen is if love is expressed with the dominant yin, too much wateriness, people can get hooked on it and they get all lovey with each other, a little bit like if you're in a bit of a hippie community, that kind of thing, not having a go at them, but this is where I see it. A lot of love. But the love tends to be serotonin, dopamine based. So there's an almost addictive way that you can conjure up love that way. So that's why it's important as we go through the process of going from divine masculine and feminine really to cosmic mother, cosmic father. It's this move into this balance of the elements of being able to hold the fire in the water, because then those people that are very loving tend to be too empathic and spongy, and then they get cycling and distorted by others and can't work out why they're not progressing further forward. And it's because they've learnt the version of love through yin, but they have to learn the version of love with a balance of yin and yang. And so this is alchemy. So today was really a big toe in the water into the stage of alchemy and learning to use your voice with love, learning to be mercurial in a way, to flow with whatever element you need to be expressing. Like one day it might be very loving and nurturing and soft and very yin, and another day it might be very much your foot down and yang and quite strong, but still from a perspective of love and respect. So, but the ability to hold it within, like we did, we had to twirl those 2 Merkabahs, and that's really what helps to create that blending of the fire water. So a bit of knowledge coming into play. And we really do need to unpack those lessons in the Divine Union folder in Starseed Ascension School. I want to pull it out on its own now. And Divine Union, understanding yin and yang, will get you to about the 24th, 48th, 256th dimension, but you won't go any further, anyone, until they begin to hold the fire, because it's the fire that transmutes all old patterns, all old habits, all old trauma. Fire in the water is what transmutes it. And so anybody who's too yin and looping their patterns, it's learning how we move from divine union to alchemy into the cosmic mother, cosmic father energies. It's really an ancient mystery school teaching that we really want to focus on going forward.
Yeah. It's so needed. Yeah. Well,
Yep.
to alchemize all of those old patterns and old belief systems.
Otherwise, too much yin breeds codependence and a lack of independence. There's a lot to it. Yeah. Okay.
AnSaRA.
Hello.
Sorry, hi, it's Serena. Can I just quickly share, please? my mind is blown here. That is exactly what my whole journey was about. Well, sorry, actually more towards the end. Excuse me. I asked Lou at the very end, what is my job here? And he said, it is all about divine partnerships, and that Ireland needs to alchemize the old programs. And what was the opposite of divine partnerships? So it was like we sort of joined, like morphed into one, and the masculine and feminine just became this powerful entity. I can't really put it into words, to be honest, but it's making sense as you guys were speaking there. And I did wonder, does he have a partner? So that's something I'll look into. But it was a big message that Ireland needs to alchemize old, outdated ideas of partnerships, to bring it into a divine union, as you said. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Lovely to hear
Thank
from you,
you.
Serena. No, it's lovely to get that
Thank you.
perspective. It really is, because, you know, each of us has to do it within ourselves. And then when you're in a partnership like we are, where I'm able to hold that cosmic union, because it is cosmic, it goes from divine to cosmic. There's definitely a frequency shift where you're holding the fire in the water, and Ra can do it too. And that's why we're so independent and we just, you know, in harmony with each other. Otherwise, you'll still see like the twin flaming kind of story out there. There's too much codependence with that story. Oh, I'm still seeking that person outside of myself story. Whereas when we twin, when we can twin ourselves with this fire water, then we're there, and we just are so fulfilled that anything is icing on the cake, and it becomes independent. And then whether we're in a community or, like you say, in a bigger community in Ireland, then there's this very self-sufficient and a very different harmony and frequency which people are moving at, which then creates that massive wave of being able to harmoniously move forward. Because everything comes down to frequency in the end. It all does, you know. And so, you know, if someone's at a particular level, it'll have a particular frequency, and they'll see what shows up in their reality. And then when they change and move up, then it'll change their reality again. So I love alchemy. I love the fire, water, the divine union. It's really my thing to do with frequency as well. So we really want to ramp those teachings up in the school, because I think there's a lot of lost knowledge out there, you know, going back to the ancient mystery schools. And we had to make fire this week in the rain, and with a rock that a lady brought back from, are we still recording? Or? Yeah, from Wales, and she got it out of the river. And we had to go to Bridget's well, and she knew we had to make a fire, and she had to put the rock in the fire. And we thought, we thought you were going to put that rock in the well. No. And then when the fire died down that night, we said to her, well, I felt, wouldn't you put the rock in the water and create steam ether? Like, we're really thinking in terms of alchemy. And she was a no. Anyway, Ra and I was sitting there, and we've looked at each other, and we've got to go down and light that fire again. And we had to take down a big stone.
The next day.
Yeah, from Galway, and another black piece of volcanic stone from Egypt. And we had to light the fire, get it really hot, put all the rocks into the fire together. And then I had to take metal to get the rocks out. And then all the rocks had to go into the well and create steam ether. And then the final piece was Ra had to pick up a piece of burning wood with wood. So then the wood element came in. And do you want to tell the story what happened then?
No, you keep going.
Well, then he dropped the wood into the well, and he said the flame went straight out the exit of the well, right through all the lands.
Wow.
And that was all after Hill of Ushna and Samhain. So it seems to me that when we talk of the rising phoenix, it can't just be a fire phoenix. It's got to be this plasmatic water fire phoenix from now on, that has the ability to be mercurial, in that one moment I'm flowing and I'm soft and nurturing. The next minute I'm in my warrior aspect, and now I'm balanced. It's just like we're able to present in that alchemy whatever is required at that particular moment in time, you know, and then it can be more steamy and more ether and very spiritual. So yeah, it's beautiful what's coming forward, and it activates our DNA. So everyone would have had a good DNA activation today when we activate the fire. How's that for you, Trish?
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was powerful,
Yeah,
Serena.
really.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Yes, Trish.
Yeah, that was powerful. Yeah. I didn't actually sleep at all last night because I could feel the energy building all last night for Lou. So I slept maybe an hour and a half last night. But yeah, it was powerful. I could see him and I could see him rising, and I could see him actually when he was risen, I could see him sitting on his throne with his crown on his head, because Isri e Lu in Éire. Lu is a king of Ireland. Isri e Lu in Éire. Tá gra de Crier Godina in Éire Lu. The true people of Éire love Ru. You know, we hold Lu in our hearts as the true king of Éire. And he had 4 wives, Lou had. Someone was asking about his partner. He had 4 wives, and one of them was his downfall, actually, because I think she had an affair, and he killed the person involved. And then the 3 brothers came after Lou, and he was at the lake at the hill of Ishnuk, and that's where he was slain. He was slain there. So that was his downfall, but he's a true king of Éire, and I could see him with his crown back on again. And I saw all the risen warriors of Éire had risen up, and there was thousands of them, and they were all beating their shields, and they all had their spears, and they were stomping their spears along with the originals, the Aboriginals of Australia. And they were all stomping their spears, and they were all going, "Hoo, hoo, 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 hoo,"
Yeah, they
you know.
love that.
Oh, they loved it, and there was thousands of them, and I was up high looking down, and oh my God, again, there were so many beings, and to see him sitting on his throne with his true crown on his head. Oh, Gra McCree, so much love in my heart for Lou, because he is Rina and he's the true king of Éire, you know, and to see him risen was just just tears, you know. I was just crying at the end, as usual. But I was so happy, you know, because all the goddesses were there, and I did see his divine partner with him. She was sitting on the female throne, and she had her own crown. So I don't know, was she one of the 4 wives? I have no idea, but the goddess Aru was there as well, and the dragon and dragoness of Aru, and all the beings were there, all the royal beings, and they were in the royal sight. And I understand exactly what you mean about being too watery and bringing the fire element and the water elements and balancing all the elements, because I've been working a lot with the air elements, and bringing the fire element in was very helpful for me because I was way too watery. Way too watery. You know, when you're too emotional, that you're too watery anyway.
Yeah.
But very, very helpful meditation, really powerful. And I could see all the elements there as well. And even Ra, the way he brought the fire from that piece of wood out, and it spread out through all the veins of Éire. And that's what they did. That's what they did at Ishnuk. They carried the flame from the heart of Ishnuk. It was carried out to the 4 quarters, the 4 corners of Ireland. Was brought out on horseback, and they used to gallop to the 4 corners of Ireland. So that true fire, that higher consciousness, that true consciousness, original consciousness, was transported to the 4 corners of Éire, undiluted, unmanipulated, you know, brought from the original heart of the fire of Ishnuk out to the 4 corners of Éire. You know, you could feel it. Yeah, so that's how it was it was unmanipulated, because it was brought from the heart fire of Éire out. So everyone had the original fire. as you say, the original blueprint, the original fire from the heart of Éire. So it was unmanipulated, undiluted. And that's what Ra was doing there. So that was powerful, you know,
Yeah.
and that's what we were all doing in our own hearts here, lighting the fire in our own hearts and our true fire, you know, and then using all the elements, because that's what I'm bringing in all this year, is bringing in all the elements for balance, because balance is the most powerful thing. And I'm only learning that myself this year too.
Mm.
You know, that's the most powerful thing, because grounded balance, grounded power in the heart, in the true heart, the original, that's it, isn't it? So
Ah, it was so lovely. It was powerful and grounding. And can I just say, Trish, when you just spoke, I'm sure everyone felt it. And you said about Lugh wearing his crown. I tell you, it was like ripples up my back. That was like, for me, a very powerful full stop to today. Both to talk to his history, and as beautifully as you do express what you saw, and particularly focusing around Lugh being the true king of Éire. It felt really right to finish on that note, and I hope everyone feels the same, because it was very powerful what you said. Thank you so much, Trish and Serena and Bianca and everyone for sharing. Oh, we'll let you go now, because I know it's late for those over in Australia and New Zealand, and thank you as always for coming in and being a part of the event on your Sunday night, and for those here on our side on your Sunday morning. It was really wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, it was powerful.
Wow.
Feels like a new chapter to me,
Yeah, it
you know.
does.
It feels like having the divine, the cosmic mother and the cosmic father in Lugh and Eriu and all the different deities here, with what Trish has shared, are back, you know, and that it's not just about us reclaiming the planet, it's about bringing that consciousness back, because we exist in all realms and spaces, times and dimensions, and now it's becoming far more palpable as we go along and we connect. So beautiful. Okay. Thank you all. I'll cut the coughing out of the recording, and our battery's about to go. That was wonderful. And, you know, practice that breath, you know, get your fire really going through your spine. And yeah, just, you know, we'll put these things together in the school in shorter lessons. But today was very powerful, what November's all about and going forward. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Love you and leave you. Love you.
See Tuesday
Right,
and Sunday.
and we'll see Trish next week, because the fairies, we'll have to check in with the fairies and begin the fairy fort activation at Trish's fairy fort. So we'll see you at the fairy fort next week. Okay. Bye.
Bye. See you soon.